Hello there,
Which
Hugo.
unit
Bit
is driving?
complicated because your name is Galaxy A2, so we weren't sure if we were to spotlight you. Thank you very much for being here. Can you hear me?
Remember if he's driving.
Yes, yes. Um, Hello, Hugo, are you there? Hugo, can you hear me? Hugo?
I cannot change his name. He'll have to change his own name.
Yes, let's see if we can. Okay, Hugo, are you there? Can you hear us? Maybe
Hello?
Hello there, we can hear you, we can see you.
I think, you can hear me really well.
Yes.
On the storm here.
Yeah, I hope you're not driving. You're
That's
not
why I
driving,
didn't
are
make
you?
it was supposed to be, and from the car.
Okay, you're not driving, are you?
You much, but you can hear me.
We can hear you, but you're not driving, are you? Are you parked somewhere?
Because the M1 is cut off at the moment. I have to go to an emergency stop to the call.
Right. Okay. All right, Hugo. So, well, there's Vera. He is I'm just going to introduce you. I'm guessing you don't have slides or you haven't prepared anything, but let me just introduce you and what you do in terms of the polycrisis that we're doing. So you're here on the second day of the Climate Healers, Vegan Conversions of the People, number 26. So good evening to everybody who's just joined us. We've been looking at the polycrisis and the poly solution. One of the crisis or one aspect of the crisis and solutions looking at the dead zones of the ocean, restoring fresh water cycle and reversing ocean acidification. For that, we have here Hugo Valdes-Vera, who's the founder and think tank of Think Ocean, where the organization is looking to raise awareness on the water and the plastics to combat technologies that prevent plastic waste entering the rivers and oceans. You've been working on this for a while. Perhaps you can share with us what you've learned, what you're doing, what work are you doing, and it's valuable because obviously we care about the oceans. We care about the planet. We care about the entire system. So please share with us what your company does, what your work involves, and how can we support you if there's any way to do so.
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Hugo Valdes-Vera. I'm Think Ocean. Think Ocean exists 1995. Our first mission was whale hunting in Antarctica. Part of the crew, the Rainbow Warrior from Green, and that's how I start everything. When we create the sanctuary in we was literally because we worked for 3 years to achieve that. Then we moved to different of environment. My colleague moved to deforestation, some to animal traffic, concentrate more in plastic and the well-being of. So,
Hugo, sorry to interrupt you, but your voice is breaking. Do you think you could turn your camera off and then we can just hear you without it being interrupted? So we've got the bandwidth for your voice.
because I can't.
Okay, yeah, so I think that would be better and we'll be able to hear you clearly. And then you can come back on for the question Q&A. You were saying,
Is it okay now?
yes, let's try that.
So we found Sync in 2021 with the idea of stop talking about the problem, but very clear in solution. Today, 10 years ago, we talk about problems and we carry on talking about problems. Only thing we do on weekend is in talking about everybody know about the problems. Is common how bad the planet and the at the moment. So I can the oceans and the marine life. For example, everybody will they cover 70%, produce 50%, regulate the global, and 3 billion people directly. This is a fact that we have.
Sorry, I missed that number. Did you say 3 billion? What, sorry?
Sorry?
What did you say? 3 billion?
Yeah, 3 billion directly from the ocean, either for and different that are associated. So 3 billion people on a healthy ocean. All the 5 billion people that are on the ocean as well, everyone in a different level. So, for example, the ocean create and produce of the oxygen that we use. For example, absorb carbon dioxide. So the ocean for our survival. Don't do anything. Attenborough said not long ago that all his life he believed that was the more important part of our planet. Realize the ocean is all the component to keep them alive. And we in it willingly or not willingly, but are doing our part to have to live. So we create things to stop talking about the problem, create solutions. The bad part of the and I remember I was mentioning, and you didn't know, fact that we activists, we are allowed to talk things, because either will compromise the government, compromise big corporations, or will compromise. They are very rich. We have to do what we are, and that in our is not correct. People should not know who are doing good, but should know who is doing bad. And Think Ocean was created for that. Thing that we concentrate was coming to the ocean.
Hugo, I'm so sorry. I'm finding it very difficult to hear what you're saying or even make sense of what's been said. I don't know whether you would like to find a spot where you've got good signal and maybe we can come back in a moment. Would you like to find a spot where you can get good signal and join us in a moment? Could you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, because it's just that we're not getting a full sentence. I can't make sense of what's actually been said.
give me 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
Minutes.
could just find a place and we'll just we can just have a conversation back on the
Okay.
the
Yeah,
previous
we'll do
talk.
that.
So if you could, yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Just find some good signal. We can bring you on. If we'll bring you on. Okay. Thank you. So that was Hugo, beg your pardon, Valdes-Vera, and he's of Think Oceans, and they're working on the issues with the oceans and the plastics and the wildlife, the marine life, specifically in that area. It's great for Think Oceans to come and share this, specific area at VCOP. And we can share also with them all the various areas that affect then the ocean as well. I think if there's anybody else that would like to come on while we wait for Hugo, if there's any any comments on the last talk or discussions on the last talk. Tammy, would you like to come? Rebecca, Alison, would you like to jump in whilst we wait for Hugo to come back once he gets some signal?
Yes, I'll come back in.
Thanks.
I thought, oh, he's interested in the whales. I'm not sure if you go "Wha" or whatever, and I think about young people being interested in the animals when they first hear about animals being hurt in the Antarctic. And I wonder how young he was when he first learned about the whales. So that's one of the questions I'll ask him.
That's amazing you got that much, because I couldn't. Maybe it's my end. Maybe it's my end that I'm not getting the signal.
I
Those
did
who
hear a little
didn't.
bit.
Right.
And the first time I heard about sea animals that I was concerned about was in high school when I first learned of the manatee. And that's such an unusual animal anyway, and they were being hurt by boats. I'm surprised and so glad that we still have manatee, because back then I thought, we may lose them. And I wonder if other people, what other people's first animals besides pets, did they start realizing, oh my gosh, the world has all kinds of animals that might be endangered. My grandmother bought me a little card book of endangered animals, probably when I was in my 20s or so. But
Oh,
so anyway,
that's a nice considerate gift to get, isn't it?
yes, it was.
Really opens up the world. Besides, just a human world. It's like
Yes.
it's not just us. It's not just it's lots of other beings on the planet. Yeah, I believe Hugo's also joined back. Has he?
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah, I think he has. Can someone spotlight Galaxy? Unless Hugo's actually changed or updated his name. Is he there?
I don't see his name up there that way.
Galaxy A12. Can we spotlight
Yes,
Yeah, I
Galaxy?
can
I've
see
asked,
him. He is unmuted as well. Oh, he's
yeah,
gone.
we've asked him to come on camera, but he hasn't responded, so I can't spotlight
No,
him until
he's no longer. I can't see him again. I think he
I
left.
see him. I see him.
No, that's a different galaxy, I believe. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Peek of the tech scene behind the scenes.
Well,
Well, anyway, that is something we could hear from people. What was their first animal that broadened their beyond pets, that made
yes.
them want to rescue or care for?
Yes. And Hugo, could you turn your camera on so we can spotlight you, please? If you could turn on your camera, that'd be great.
Okay, I don't see him here yet, so. How about you, Krishna?
When I saw Seaspiracy, again, just sometimes I can't watch all of these because it's too traumatic.
Mhm.
You know, to see the number of fishes that are trawled
Mhm.
just by one boat, it's unnecessary, doesn't quite capture, doesn't quite capture it at all. I
Right.
just think it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, just one boat can pick up so much life in one go with so many those nets that go on forever. I mean, that too is also creating so much plastic pollution in the sea. I think that's part of what Hugo's I think ocean really does deal with as well, with the plastic. Hugo, you're here, but your camera's not on and we can't spotlight you. We just give it another go.
Can you see?
There you are. That's much better. Thank you. Yeah, you seem like you're in a much stable position. Thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't know honestly, but everything is
Yes.
fine.
I don't think I still can hear you very well. Let's try. But we've got some time for you to share, the work that you feel is important to people who actually care. So it'd be great if you could share it and see what is it that you could share with us, and maybe also there's a lot here and a lot of people being doing work in the same area on a larger system that could also input into the kind of work that you're doing as well. So you were in the middle of talking about it. I believe Rebecca mentioned something about you saying something about whales as well. You said something about whales.
Well, we create syncopation with people with the same kind. We don't want to talk anymore. Take actions. We have 27, 28, 30 million pounds spent talking. We have summit. In 2000, UK government spent £2 million in meetings about plastic pollution. They didn't collect one bottle. Nothing happened after these 22 million. We need to stop in the ocean. Fraction of these 22, because what's the problem with the ocean is and cleaning the ocean. We work with all these organizations, Ocean Cleanup, Rio. We work with them directly. What they're doing, we know what they are capable of doing. If you collect a kilogram, it's amazing because it's a kilogram in the environment. At the speed that we are in the ocean. It's not possible to clean the ocean. Organization around there. With vessels everywhere, in everything they can, all together, every single organization to clean the ocean, 1 million tons a year. This is amazing. Affecting from the ocean. If you look at the picture I want you to see, wow, a lot of plastic dumping in the ocean, 11 million tons, and we can collect only one. So there is tons, not million tons of plastic collected. It's not technology, not the manpower, it's not technology, just amount of plastic. What is the best solution? Stop plastic to the ocean. Stop ocean forever. Why we don't try
Why?
plastic?
Yeah. Why are you not taking the plastic? I'm just making sure I
Well, it's a
understand what
bit
you're saying.
different.
So
It is a bit more fit because 80% of the plastic in the ocean, it went there. It went through rivers. We created technology without the help of anyone that from the government, local government, different countries, nobody will be possible. Yes, figure out technology to stop going to the ocean. The problem that we had was only 15% of the plastic flow. So all these organizations, oceans, they can collect only the plastic. So a disagreement with one of the organizations, what they will say for the people. Because if we say, for example, we are cleaning everything, what you gonna do? You know, oh, this guy are cleaning everything. So what you gonna do? Somebody cleaning is just so you don't take more care or the care that should, because people do it.
Hugo,
The problem was
Can I just interrupt you? Hugo, can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to hear what you're saying. So I'm just going to ask you questions. And if you could answer it, I think it will be a lot more effective. Because I don't know if your audio settings are right, but literally you're talking and we're not getting it. And it's very difficult to make sense of what it is that's been said. You were talking about that Think Oceans is about action rather than talking. That's the first point. And a lot of money has been spent on talking and doing meetings rather than actually getting the plastic out of the oceans or doing something about it, or maybe putting that money into innovation. Is that right? Is that what the kind of one of the biggest issues that you have?
Yes.
Right. So how do you go about acting to address how are you, Think Oceans, proposing the solution? What's the exact action?
Well, for organizations like ourselves, they are not funded by anyone. Difficult to reach the mainstream media. Difficult to say one because they are funded by big guys, by the government, or funded by they control the narrative.
Hugo, do you think just because I think what you have to say is important, but we can't hear you, so can the tech team help you? We have a tech team that can help make sure that we can get your audio right. Do you mind just holding in there? We can get the tech team to try and get your audio come through clearly. Bear with me just a moment.
You know, I can really hear
Sorry?
you.
Right,
There.
yeah. So I think if you could just bear with me, maybe you could just turn your camera. I think maybe it could be your audio settings as well. That might be a little bit difficult. I'm gonna just
Krishna,
yes,
Krishna,
yes,
Shankar is going to try to call him.
yeah,
Okay, so he needs the number.
yes, I'll send the number. Just a moment, Hugo, we're gonna get the number and somebody's gonna call you if you could answer the call. Bear with me just a moment.
Hello, Krishna and Hugo don't have to listen to me, but I am talking to the audience here. Thank you for bearing with us. You know, this is the sort of thing that we can't predict, storms. Although some people say they are predicting them and they are planning them. I hope nobody planned this storm for this convergence. But anyway, that's what we deal with when we're in tech and when we live on Earth, you know. Gosh, those farmers in the storms. And Okay, so I
Yeah,
just was
sorry,
saying
Rebecca.
words,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think perhaps it's the first time Hugo's been on a VCOP, and there are a lot of people that have chimed in. And you know, it is important for us to connect with the different initiatives that are happening in different systems or different areas for the poly crisis, because otherwise, you know, it is just talking, but working in silos as well doesn't really make any it's not significant enough. So we really do need to connect and work across the poly crisis and the
So
issues.
does Ugo know that Shankar's going to be calling him?
Yes, Ugo, Shankar, you're going to get a phone call from someone shortly. He's going to try and.
Ati,
Sorry?
from Washington?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't want to take it because I see it. Just
Yeah.
miss it.
Sure.
Okay. I have been.
Is it audible, clear?
You are, yeah.
Okay, it can just be on video and audio, it can be here. Yeah.
Well, let's test it and see if we can hear him.
Ugo, would you like to
I don't know if you can see me now.
yes.
Yes, we hear you.
Because for some reason now the communication was really good.
This is great, thank you. So please take it away, Hugo, because we can hear you clearly now.
Yeah, now even for me it's much better.
Great. So you were talking about the solution and what it is that you're doing. What is Think Ocean's doing?
The Ocean is working towards solutions to different problems that we have today. We don't really waste much time talking. We have a problem and we try to find a solution. This is mainly what we do in different areas. Plastic pollution, ocean, river, waterways, but also we have education, part of Think Ocean, we have next generation research. So everything that we do in thinking is what we need to do to actually fix a problem. We know the problems. We don't need to talk about the problem every day, every moment. You can put the CD problem, you put the ranges problem, open your computer in some problem. But we are missing, okay, I don't know, what is the solution? What are we going to do about it? And this is what we do.
So you've been working with it at, I mean, you set up Think Oceans or Think Ocean. What is it that made you do this? Like, what's your drive? What's your concern? What's your care? What made you do it?
Well, I have looked when I was little to live in Antarctica for 5 years. So I saw firsthand the whale hunting. Then, in my view, although I was very young, it was not really fair because they was hunting on the breeding creatures. So it was not really a good thing, just a waiting for them to come to mate and then killing over them. So when I got back to the continent, I started talking with different people, and it was not fair. Then we got involved with GreenLiving, the Sea Shepherd, many other organizations, and they created a coalition to stop the whale hunting in Antarctica. After 3 years fighting the mainly Japanese fleet, the sanctuary was created with 50 million square kilometers of sea where they breathe and they cannot be hunted in there. So since I was young, planet, environment, fairness was something that I don't know, I will pop in the morning and say, this shouldn't be happening. And I will feel myself doing something else other than trying to fix what I think is not right. I can't fix the whole planet, all the problems, but I can fix what I'm trying to fix, what I think I'm capable of. So I create precaution to stop different things, to stop the plastic pollution getting to the ocean, to stop the fast fashion industry or changing for something more sustainable. But more importantly, we are working towards have a voice in the mainstream media without being stopped by power or money from the people that control everything. So we create something that really works for the last, I don't know, year and a half. And it's not really been released yet, but Think Ocean has successfully created something called Think Ocean Television, a private TV channel on Amazon. We made this one with the support of Sky and Sky Executive, support of Amazon, some investors. So we have a £5 million studio in London for everything that we need to say, what we want to say, without thinking, oh no, the BBC is liable to say this, oh no, ITV, I can't say this. No, the truth should be out there. What is happening in the world, the people should know. And we are trying to save the planet.
Oh,
We are trying to save every animal.
and Hugo, what do you think people should know?
Sorry?
What do you think people should know?
For example, if in every industry, we have a lot of the problem with the greenwashing, for example. I'm greenwashing the kids around because the people, the decision makers, the lawmakers, they have big influence and they see, they are part of the businesses that are creating the greenwashing. So, for example, just to let you know, we were invited. I was invited to a program on the BBC, no longer on, was a live program. But I was suggested to speak about Coca-Cola and how bad Coca-Cola is doing for the people. Because it's true, Coca-Cola produced they sell 5 billion plastic bottle drinks a year. Coca-Cola bottles, you will use it once and then you discard it, so it's single-use plastic. But only Coca-Cola used 5 billion bottles. But if I speak now about Coca-Cola alone, it's not fair. Because Coca-Cola doesn't produce one. They are not a plastic manufacturing company. They are just a drink company. So to have 5 billion bottles available, somebody had to be producing 5 billion bottles. And Coca-Cola they can do 5 billion because somebody is making 5 billion. If the producer of the bottles say one day, I'm really sorry, but we produced only 1 billion, Coca-Cola has no choice but use only 1 billion. Because again, they don't make plastic bottles. To make 5 billion bottles a year, only for Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, all the drinks, this only Coca-Cola. Imagine these companies only making for Coca-Cola 5 billion bottles a year. Somebody had to put the money for it. Some investors had to come into consideration to produce that amount of bottles. So who is the real culprit on this? Coca-Cola
that is using the bottles that are available, or the people that is making the bottle and getting the profit. So, in my view, if I put the money to create single-use plastic and getting the profit, I'm making this problem for the planet. The problem is that we know who these people are, and we are not allowed to sell it. We've been warned several times.
So
What we can't sell.
okay, so the things that you're working on are on the political levels of political level of who the plastic polluters and how you say what you say. In terms of actions in the ocean, what are you actively doing to solve this? And can you actually bring the phone closer to your mouth so we can hear your voice more clearly? Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Well, we create the TV channel for that reason, because we cannot say, for example, the pipeline bank is the #1 investor in single-use plastic. We cannot speak anything about Unilever. We cannot speak about the government expenditure in meetings and first class, flying and dinner, just to think about plastics. So we created the TV channel to be able to see what the truth is behind the problem. In the other side, plastic, we created technology to store the plastic in the river before it gets to the ocean. Before, only 50% of the plastic was able to be collected from the river. Now, with the technology that we create, and we are testing it in the Danube River in Serbia, in collecting 92% of the plastic content in the river. So,
Sorry, Hugo, what was that? What do you do in Serbia? What do you do in Serbia? You collect the plastic out of the oceans?
We create some technology that allows to lift the plastic from the bottom of the river, and then we can collect it when it's in the sun. So we have a 18-meter long vessel that we are testing in the Danube River in Serbia, as part of something the European Commission called the Horizon Mission. So we are now the poster boys of the Horizon Mission.
There's two things. So there's the European Commission, right? Did you mention the European Commission? Yes. What about the European Commission? Did you just say? What is that about? What about that? Are you?
The European Commission is they have an agenda to fix several problems regarding the environment. One is the ocean and waterway in Europe.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of money from the year budget, and they create something called Horizon Mission. In the Horizon Mission, we have 22 different countries working towards one goal. And improve the ocean and waterway by 2030. So we have been working for about 4 years on implementation of it. But Horizon Mission is something not only river, but it's like a big European target just to clean the planet in an accountable way.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of what I'm getting is Think Ocean is kind of on a political thing. You've got some developments happening in Serbia, trying to build something to get some plastic out, linked to the European Commission about some goal, and to do with the waterways. You're also working on raising awareness through the media. And I think you mentioned something about a channel that you're still to launch. I mean, but in terms of the action part, so this is like it's all developing. You mean that you want to do something about it, but at the moment, has there been some metrics of removal of plastic that think oceans have worked on? Have you? Because that's your main thing, right? Plastic in ocean.
Yeah. Well, we are right now in the middle of the testing period in Serbia. We managed to collect 5 tons of plastic and debris from the river a day. So it's a big amount. And if we are successful on the test by September next year, Europe wants 42 more vessels to put in 42 different rivers around Europe.
Okay.
So this is what our goal.
But perhaps we can share with you the data about the plastic as well, the oceans linked to the fishing industry, because that, I mean, you've got, I wonder how that would compare with the drink bottles of plastic in the ocean. And I think that would be a really good statistics because we have that, I'm sure. The people behind Seaspiracy are linked to the community that would have that data. There's an immense amount of plastic because of the fishing nets. And that again is part of the animal so-called agriculture, so the sea animal agriculture. And so that's just a part of the ocean pollution. Forget the other aspects, of the acidification and the trawling and take the oxygen removal, and then therefore the climate issues as a consequence of the oceans being impacted. I think what would be great is if you're doing this thing in Serbia, is to see what percentage of that plastic you get are nets. That would be amazing to capture that data as well, and you can compare it alongside with the reports that I had, with the people working with the pollution and the impacts of the sea life, and the impacts on sea life due to the fishing industry. And we have Danny. Do we have people who have questions for? Yes, Danny, please come on. She has a question for you.
Thank you, Hugo. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties because it was very difficult to hear the flow of your information. But I was looking on the web, and I looked at the article from the Penguin, I think it was, in UK. Are you thinkoceansociety.org? Is that your website? No.
We are seeing going on Earth.
Okay, hang on a second because I couldn't really hear that.
Think ocean.
Think Ocean what?
Thinkocean.earth.
.earth. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thanks, Hugo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And there's, I think, would you like me to share the latest news? Oh, hello. I can share that towards the end. Hi, Toby. Have you got a question or comment?
Hello, yes. I got a question in the chat asking, do you use nets to collect the plastics?
No.
No.
No, we create a technology that doesn't use any sort of anything other than the movement of the river. And what we did was to leave 4,000-year-old invention, a woman invention, and we live with the feeding behavior of whales. So we transport that in a machine, and we managed to leave the plastic using just the river current and the speed of the water. No, so no netting.
No. Thank you. I was wondering where it is that you are based.
We are based right now in Barber in the UK, but because the new channel has the offices and the building and everything, we are surely moving to London very soon.
All right, okay.
So whilst we've got a couple of minutes to Matt, we're about 5-6 minutes left of this session. Hugo shared some news, and maybe I can, because we can't hear Hugo, maybe I can just share. So one part of the I think ocean is a political change via impact through political change. So I believe Hugo you're an MP at some point. Were you part in you were in the political realm, weren't you, Hugo? And that's where a lot of the work has been done, and you're getting the money, you're doing. I believe what you said in Serbia is in development. It's not happened as yet, has it? And the new thing is that you've got a channel, and that's you've got an infrastructure to get information to the people out via the mainstream platform, and that's anything to do with sustainability. So this is that's something that now Think Ocean has pivoted into that role into a recent thing, right? Where you are now able to provide a media platform on a mainstream where you've got support and you've got buildings. So you've got support from Sky and a channel to stream, or a digital channel on Amazon, and you have been given a building, I believe, and the television and media recording facilities for airing all the sustainability messaging, and you've got content to share on this channel. So is that something like, I don't know if I mean the content over the last 2 days is high signal, it's not something you can get easily anywhere. People are really dedicated. If there's anything really of real substance, that's it's content that should get to people, even videos and songs and things like that. So I think although you're from what you said to me, that's the important thing, that if you're doing something and you're not being heard, Think Ocean now can give a platform to share the message to mainstream. Is that right? On mainstream.
That is exactly what we create the channel. We are little people. They don't have the chance to know what we do. So we needed a platform, but not a platform of YouTube or a platform that anybody can, make them feel. No, we needed a platform to compete with the mainstream. So we managed to do this, but we are not doing this one to make this coaching bigger. We are doing this one to the challenge to everyone, the new platform, to get in touch with you, bring the materials on our Amazon channel, where no one can say you can put this or you can't put this. This is our decision, and what we want to show, what we need to show, and the people see and learn. Because if the people know the reality or the problems that we have, the people doing the wrong side, the wrong thing, we have to do better. Because, for example, if you know the partner bank is the number one investor in single plastic and is using your own money to make plastic, so we are here. We have to invest for the planet. We are not choosing because we harm the planet. We do a lot of things, but we are backing recycling. Our money is being to create plastic without us knowing. So why do people don't know? Because we are not allowed to stay in the mainstream.
Yes.
And this has to change. That's what we created.
Perhaps you could share your contact details in the chat. So if anybody would like to share their contact to distribute on a Sky Amazon channel, they'll do it on a Think Ocean channel, and you're also able to provide studio space and recording facilities if you want to record any content or documentaries or need some, I mean, if you want a team to record content that you want to make, and that can also be aired on the channel, is that right?
Yes. Well, we have £5 million recording studio.
£5 million recording studio.
With building an optical, everything that we need for, we were given this opportunity to do something for our planet.
Right.
And we need to make the most of it.
Okay. Well, look, this is an amazing, interesting point. I mean, there's a lot that we haven't heard, and I know you're really passionate. And the technical issues, have been a bit of an obstacle. But I do think that what you want to do in terms of the oceans, and I think Seaspiracy would make the perfect opening on your channel, because that deals with the oceans and it gives a good analysis of what's actually going on. You are about the ocean, and that would be an amazing channel to distribute that information to.
We want anybody with some, if you are doing things in your community, we are doing things with universities. Now we have a segment at the London Fashion Week with only sustainable materials. Everything that you are doing, even if it's little, we have room to show. And when the people see what you're doing, you can get more support.
That's amazing.
We didn't do it for all. We did that for everyone.
Okay, so you've got support, you've got a studio in London, £5 million recording studio. You've got a channel. If anybody's interested in sharing their content, doing research, contact Hugo. They'll see how you can get that aired or distributed or recorded. And if you could leave your details in the chat, Hugo. And I think the best thing would be if it opened up with a Seaspiracy recording or airing with Seaspiracy. That would be perfect, because you are about the oceans. So we have another speaker lined up now, Hugo. And I'm really glad that you managed to make it even with the challenges. But I think working, if you can air the content, that would be amazing.
Another thing that is really bad.
Sorry, say that again, Hugo.
Hugo is adding things in the chat.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to now.
I was
Thank you.
to be bad in the thing, and I'm really sorry about this. I'm sending my email address or the chat.
Okay, thank you.
So if anybody wants to get in touch with me, this is my direct email.
Thank you very much, Hugo. Thank you very much for that.
The earth is calling soft and clear, not with judgment, not through fear. She whispers through the wind and trees, remember who you're meant to be. We are not divided souls, but living parts of greater wholes. Every heart, every nation holds a piece of worldwide resolution. We have remedies beyond survival, beyond the stories of denial. 1,000 pathways join as one. The healing has already begun. We have the remedy for compassion revolution. Hope for humanity begins today with loving kindness, hand in hand. Together we restore the land. True nature lives in every seed, in every generous word and deed. The rivers, forests, skies and seas reflect the peace we choose to breathe. Spiritual embodiment, a living sacred testament, not escaping from this earth, but honoring her endless worth. Sacred restoration, hearing every generation. The birthright to existing in freedom, shared by every life beneath the sun. Beyond our borders, beyond our names, love burns brighter than our blame. From every culture, every shore, we discover what we're living for. We have the remedy for compassion revolution, peaceful cooperation, a worldwide resolution. Loving guidance in our hands, healing hearts across the lands, living fully in our true nature, choosing love instead of danger. Sacred restoration, hope for humanity, loving kindness rising free, a future we were born to see. The answers bloom in every heart when fear and separation part. The earth remembers